my friends. I hope this finds you well. I thought today we would work with some alcohol ink and do these sweet little tiles. Something that I sell well at markets. People like all the color, and the little fish are so cute, so I thought we'd do that today. So what we're doing it on is 4x4 tiles. Just you know, the cheap tiles that you get at the hardware store, or the, sorry, I forgot to grab a tile. Oh Lord. The hardware store, home improvement stores. They're in Canada, I think they're average about 20 cents, 22 cents a tile. I know in the States they're much cheaper. So yeah, 4x4 tile. Simple, easy. You can buy them in boxes. I bought a box 144 because I make coasters and I make these little individual tiles, and you can just, you know, display them. I don't know if you can pick up on this, but display them like this on a little easel. You can get these online at Amazon, or Walmart carries them too. Or you can put a little sawtooth hook on the back and hang them up. You know, probably a group of 3. Pretty small to hang up by itself, but yeah, so let's just get started. I'm going to try to get through this fairly quickly. Some of the tiles you'll buy will have this sort of sawdust on stuff on the back, so just wipe that off. We don't want that on our tile, so I will clear that off. And you can clean these tiles with just about anything. Just rubbing it pretty well cleans it. So you're going to need, I'm going to use alcohol ink markers because you can do a lot of blending and getting a nice depth to your little painting, your little drawing. A chiseled end marker, or any marker will do, but these are just easier to work with. Some Mod Podge, some glue, a micron pen, or extra fine tip Sharpie, and some cardstock. And that's about it. So I'm going to first draw this in pencil, just so I have an outline to follow when I come in with the pen. I just, like I said, just like an outline. There. Now that's the basic idea of what I want. Now I believe at some point, I've never used the option of speeding up my video, but I did a coaster a tile this morning. I make coasters too. I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah. So I did a tile this morning, and it took me an hour and a half. So I don't think anybody wants to sit here for an hour and a half and watch me color. So I may end up speeding up the video. You don't have to be a great artist to be able to draw this little simple Little simple fish. This is something you can do with the kids too. Or as a teacher, you could do it. Or daycare, whatever. It's just fun to do with kids. And they make the greatest pictures. No inhibitions, they just go for it. So their work is often very interesting. Okay, I'm thinking I would like to put in here, like the tiles I showed you. This is sort of a sun. The idea of a sun anyway. And then just these little sort of gives you the idea of a sun. And could do the same one down here going the other way. Let's try that. I'm not good at doing things upside down, so I'm going to turn it. Okay, now a flower. And some leaves. Needs one more, I think. Yeah, and I don't know what you call this. You know, the lines in your eyes. You know. So we might do some checkerboard. Probably we'll do some checkerboard. So I think I'll bring this here. Maybe do checkerboard here, or no, probably here and down here. So that takes a while to do. So I'm going to, when the time comes, I'm going to pause you and do that and then come back. So I decided on big polka dots here. What else can we do here? We could do, now this is I used to do Zentangle, so I have a few tricks that I learned, patterns that I learned through Zentangling. And then just a smaller one here. Now I'm really hoping I can do the speed up thing when the time comes, when I'm editing the video. And I do like to put some black and white in these little drawings, just because I find it just sort of accentuates the color. When you have some black and white there, there's that contrast that, you know. I'm just getting ready for my checkerboard here. And it will be here. Now here you need kind of a steady hand. I'm sort of old, so if I can do it, you can do it. Yes, they sell these at markets. And they sell well. People like the pretty colors, you know, all the different color and the pattern. And it's cheerful. And the little fish are cute. So yeah, they sell well. Now what else could I put in here? We don't want any areas that are really, you know, large. We want to break it down a little bit. So this area is okay. It's this area here I'm worried about. So what could we do here? We could make it smaller. That always works. And you know what we can do? We can put a little, another, again, Zentangle type pattern thing here. And that's just lines going in different directions. Hopefully you can see what it is I'm doing. And it gives it sort of, I don't know what you call this. I don't know what you would call that. I'm sure there's some of you out there that would know what this is called. This pattern, this design. I like it. I just don't know how it's referred to. You know, how you refer to it. Okay. Now that's another design that I could fill in with black and white. And I very well may. Alright, I think that's good for now. We're going to erase this, our pencil lines. Okay, now we're going to be doing this we know is black. This we know is black. What else? Probably our polka dots will be black. Now, mostly what I want to show you today is if you do have alcohol ink, or if you've just gotten them, or you're thinking about getting them, I want to give you an idea of how to do, how nice it looks when you do the different blending of the colors. So let's start with this green. We could do, let me see. Let's just do this here in the green. Now we're going to start with our lightest color, which in this case is apple green. I'm just going to do small circles so you don't have, you know, your lines don't show up as much. Now I have, I've had these markers for a long time. They last, I use Prismacolor, and I'll tell you, they last for a long time. But some of the colors that, I've had this set for probably 3 years. But some of the colors that you use the most of, you know, your greens and some of your blues, your reds, will run out first. And these are just about done. And I have ordered and I have received another set. And I just buy 24, and that's plenty. You get a lot of different colors. They come in a case like this. And this, as a matter of fact, are on sale at Amazon. That's why I was so quick to get them. They are normally about $120 Canadian, and I got them for 60 something. There was 40% off. Can't beat that. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the shade darker. Leave a little bit in the center of our lighter color. So we're going to gradually add darker colors. And that gives you your little drawing sense of depth. And I hope you can pick this up from this camera, because it is, you can see it. Now what you do is come in with what I do, and you know, it's pretty well known in the alcohol ink world. You come in with your original color, which is your lightest color, and you can use that for blending all your colors together. Now, if you're using several different colors, you know, a blue and a green, or a yellow and a pink, or whatever, there's a blending pen that you get, and that's just has no color. It's just the alcohol, and you use that to blend. So, but like I said, if you're using the same colors, you just use the lighter color. I use the lighter color to blend. So I'm coming in again with this darker color. There, I hope that picks it up. I hope you can see that. And I'll do it again with some orange and red, I think, just to make sure you're able to see it. And I think I'll do it right here. So I'm starting out with my orange, which is the lighter of the two colors. The two or three, I may use 3 colors. Small circles for alcohol ink. I mean, it's probably the same with regular markers, but I never worked with markers before I worked with alcohol ink markers, so that's pretty well all I know. And there's all kinds of companies. Copic, which are very expensive, but refillable. Spectrum Noir. Prismacolor, which is what I use, and I love them. And then there's, you know, the cheaper ones, Touch New and Ahuhu or AOAHUHU, which I've never used. So now the other ones are not bad, the cheaper ones, but the barrels seem to be much smaller, and so they don't last very long. So I don't know how economical that is, how much you're saving. So I'm coming in with my darker red. What I might do is just pause this video and do some of my checkerboard work and fill in a bit more. And this is my darkest red. Yeah, so, you know, do the vast majority of the work here, since it's mostly this that I wanted to point out. And then I can come back and show you how to finish off these tiles. So that was my third color. Now I come back in with my orange, my original color, and blend it all together. So I think you probably get the idea. So going to pause and then come back when I have more to show you. Okay, now what I've done is did my checkerboard, filled in the rest of my color, glued on my cardstock onto my picture onto the tile, brought the black Sharpie, this is where the chisel comes in handy, because it's just a matter of sliding. It pretty well fits exactly right onto the edge. So I did that, and I started these, but I stopped so that I could show you just how simple and effective this is. I mean, as you can see, it is effective, and all it is circles. Making circles and deciding how long you want it to be, and then finish off with dots. So the circles, are getting smaller and smaller. And then if you see this white space, that's where I've made them short. So yeah, so that's all there is to that, but it's quite effective. And this is just, you know, some reeds in the water. And I'll bring one down here. And I just color it with start with a light green. Just scribble on some color. And come in with a darker shade of green. Just add a little bit of contrast. And what I like to do is just come in with some black. I mean, do as you see fit. It's just something I like to do. Then we're going to come in with the Mod Podge, and we're going to do, best to do 3 light coats versus 1 thick coat. Now the Mod Podge is going to finish this off and really give it a sense of dimension. So I'm going to put 3 coats on here. I will pause you again so I can dry between coats. Now Mod Podge says it takes 24 hours to cure, but if you're using a blow dryer, you can get it dry enough to apply it, you know, a second coat and then a third coat. So I will pause you again And then we'll come back and pretty well look at our finished product. So here we have it. This is our little tile that we did today. Please note that if you're using a gel pen to bring in your white, which is I did the dots here in the gel pen, white gel pen, and his eye or her eye. When you put the Mod Podge on, it will dull the gel pen, so you have to come back in and redo it. So yeah, I hope that you can pick up the shine on this. So these are our little tiles. And you can change up the design of the fish, and you know, I'm sure you can figure that out without me having to tell you. So that's it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thumbs ups are all thumbs ups. Thumbs up are always nice. And I hope you folks have a great day. Bye for now.